Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel. In this video we're going to discuss the current situation in Gaza and Israel. Today we have a lot of very interesting updates, so let's start. As you can see, I have also added some icons on this territory, the events that took place during the day and yesterday in the evening. Also we currently have more icons, additional icons with the flag of the United States of America, which also means something. And so that's why let's start with the icons of with the flag of the United States of America. According to information we have, the United States authorities took a decision to send the air carrier Gerald Air Fort to the shore of Israel and also support ships. And currently this is one of the most powerful air carrier that the United States of America has, and this is another step to escalate the entire situation in this region. Obviously, this step has a lot of purposes. The most important one is to support the Israelis, is to increase the manpower and firepower of the Israeli forces and so on. And today, let's say in the evening of the local time, we start receiving the videos of riot ships closer to the shore of Israel. So I believe and I expect that today or maybe tomorrow the United States of America will involve in this operation, also will try to become a part of this special operation, of this counter-terrorist operation, for many reasons. And first of all, that Israel is the closest ally of the United States of America, and the second one, the United States of America also needs, to be more precise, Joe Biden needs some victory before his president election campaign. Furthermore, we got updates that the United States of America started redeploying and supporting Israeli forces from the bases from Jordan with munition rounds. According to information we have, and as we know, during the first days of the Palestinian Gaza attack, the Palestinians managed to capture significant number of bases. They managed to destroy significant number of ammo depots and so a lot of equipments, and they managed to capture a lot. And currently there is some kind of a lack in Israeli army with ammo rounds, and don't forget that significant number of munition rounds the Israelis sent to Ukraine. So basically there are some problems with this, and this is like the first step to normalize and stabilize situation. Furthermore, according to information we have, the Israeli took a decision to mobilize up to 300,000 soldiers, and the sources are saying that currently there are a lot of problems with munition, with guns, with equipment and so on. So currently the Israelis managed to mobilize, but they don't have enough of resources to support this weapon and just to give them something like dress, shoes and so on. So there is a very big problem that needed to be resolved very soon, because without fully loaded army, the Israelis are not able to start the ground operation in Gaza region. So this is the situation. Furthermore, we got another reason why the United States of America took a decision to redeploy their fleet air carriers is something like intensifying of actions in another round of escalation on the northern part of Israel on the border with Lebanon, which this territory is under control of the local group Hezbollah. And today there were updates that the Hezbollah forces, or some forces from the territory under control of Hezbollah launched some number of missiles against the territory of Israel. Most of them reached the target, some of them were destroyed, but anyway, this is like a very, very strong bell and very strong signal to the Israelis that they need to fix the situation on the northern part of Israel. We got a lot of videos and geolocated videos and updates how the Israelis tried to redeploy a significant number of armored vehicles, tanks to the northern part, trying to reduce the pressure, trying to be to stay on the safe side and not to allow anybody to attack the Israel from the north. Furthermore, we got another video with significant number of artillery systems that also these videos and these pictures were made on the northern part of Israel. And currently, of course, when talking about special military operation in Ukraine, all these artillery systems would be already destroyed, but this is a different type of conflict. We see that the Hezbollah forces and Hamas forces, maybe they managed to improve themselves by getting new technologies, but they still don't have enough of military experience to attack and to destroy concentration of enemy's forces, something like this. Furthermore, we got some first videos and pictures how the Israeli forces started bombing and attacking the southern region of Lebanon, and as a result of those strikes, some positions and checkpoints were destroyed. Furthermore, the Israeli army officially reported that they started using the helicopters on the territory of Lebanon. And also we got another video how the Israeli forces discovered the positions of probably Hezbollah, and as a result of or FPV drone or artillery strike or something like this, as a result of grenade launcher strike, they destroyed that probably radar or communication equipment or something like this. So the escalation on this area, we also see something like this. Of course, when talking about Iranian forces, we still haven't received nothing from their side, so probably this is going to be maybe the final step of escalation in this area, but yet the Iranian just made a lot of very loud like messages, sent very loud messages regarding support of Gaza and so on, but no changes and no involvement on the ground. Now we are moving to the central part of Israel, and today during the previous night we got a lot of updates from the area between Ramallah and Jerusalem. The sources published the videos of night riots and strikes and so on. There were clashes between the police officers of Israeli police forces and the local people, flip-flop forces, we can call them like this, because on this territory there were no like attacks from the side of the forces that controlled by Gaza, Hamas or Hezbollah, but there were some updates regarding some clashes and gunfights in the vicinity of Ramallah. To be more precise, the clashes took place in Ramallah and between Jerusalem and in the city, in the checkpoint Kalandia. There were videos how the people with guns were attacking the forces of Hamas and so on, but currently the situation is stabilized. According to information we have, currently there is, like, of course, everybody in every country there is the messengers like Telegram, Viber, and many others, WhatsApp and so on. Currently the locals start receiving messages with coordinates of local bases, with munition and rounds, and with the orders to capture these territories during the next night. So the next night obviously is going to be also very difficult. When talking about the main region of clashes, Gaza area and the area around Gaza, there are very heavy clashes, very fierce battles, counter-offensive operations from the Israeli sources. Very difficult to understand what exactly is going on there, but the Israelis already reported that they managed to counter-attack the Hamas forces all over the combat line around the Gaza area, and as a result of those counter-attacks they managed to force the Hamas forces to step back and to retreat towards the main Gaza territory. Of course, it's very difficult to understand whether it's true or not, because, for example, Hamas forces from their side published a lot of videos, a lot of like geolocations with Gaza flags, Palestinian flags, along not just on the territory of Gaza but also on the territory that's Israeli territory and so on. So we'll see, but anyway, the Israelis are pushing and try to force Hezbollah and Hamas to be more precise, to step back and to withdraw their positions on the mainland, on the Israeli mainland, and to force them to enter Gaza. When talking about Gaza, this sector, of course, there are we got a lot of updates from this territory. For example, we got some videos how the Palestinians managed to damage, not to shut down, but at least to damage 4 helicopters of Israeli forces using the old Soviet like anti-helicopters missiles weapon that were probably modernized upgraded by the local by the Palestinians. Furthermore, we got some videos of missile launches that took place during the previous night on the territory of Ashkelon. Not very long distance, but anyway, the city like Ashkelon and the city like in the vicinity of this area was under very heavy missile fire. And the thing is that currently the Iron Shield is no longer able to defend Israel against the missile strikes. We understand that Israel has lack of missiles, probably They had some operational reserves that were, but they didn't expect that Gaza forces have such a significant number of missiles and that they can overstretch the Israeli air defense and basically to suppress them. Every single day, the Palestinians send more and more missiles, and we see that they're getting every single day, every single hour, they're getting more and more results as a result of those strikes. And probably this is also the reason why the Israeli authorities, military authorities, ask some help and some support and military aid from the Western countries, and the most important, they expect to receive the missiles for air defense systems. When talking about the global situation in Gaza, of course, currently the very bad updates and very bad pictures are coming from this area. The Israeli forces continue bombing and reducing Gaza till ruins. For these purposes, they're using F-16s, F-35, F-15s. Now we know that United States of America sent their air carrier. Probably they will also become a part of these operations. Some sources are saying, I expect that Gaza will be reduced to ruins and will be turned the same as, and the destiny of this area will be the same as the destiny of Raqqa and so on. The city was erased from the Google Earth map. And there was also updates every single hour, every single minute. The Israeli Air Forces continue bombing this territory. And of course, it's very difficult to say that these are accurate strikes. Obviously, there are a lot of casualties among civilians, and the local and the official authorities have already reported that as a result of those clashes and air bombings, the Israelis lost already 800 soldiers of civilians and militants, and around 3,000 people were wounded. Gaza lost around 600 people, civilians dead, and around 2,500 wounded, so significant losses. And obviously the losses are going to be more because we still haven't received almost nothing. There is no evacuation process, there is no process to remove ruins, and there are a lot of people under the ruins and so on. For example, on this video we see the results of one of those strikes. As a result of a strike, the local hospital was destroyed. We got also videos this morning. The Israeli forces started bombing this area with all types of weapons they have, and know that it's very, of course, difficult pictures. The Israelis, they're using some kind of protocol. At least they used to use something like, let's say, stones on the roof. This is the protocol that Israeli forces used to use when they were bombing and attacking Gaza. What does it mean? So there are civilians in the building, and when they hear the stones on the roof, that means that in some minutes, in some maybe in seconds, the Israeli air forces will start bombing this area with this building with real weapon. And this protocol allowed a lot of people to evacuate and to save their lives. And currently, during this phase of counter-terrorist operation, the Israeli forces stopped using this protocol, and there is no stone on the roof. And if Israel attack, they attack this area immediately with real weapon, with real bombs, with real missiles. And we see that also that the quality of these buildings are very poor because, for example, if you follow the special military operation in Ukraine, sometimes you need significant number of FAB 500 and FAB 1500 to destroy one building, and it was like very qualified, very nice quality buildings that was built during Soviet period of time. And we see this picture, just one strike and almost the entire block is reducing to ruins. So this also like makes the situation even worse. Also, the Israeli sources are saying that making accurate strikes, they try to attack just the territory and the buildings that were involved or are involved in the let's say Hamas system or something like this. But if you take a look at this video, I'm not sure that this is accurate strike. We see that there are a lot of strikes against the residential area. They are not accurate, obviously. They're just attacking to show that they can attack, and they will continue attack. Furthermore, don't forget that the Minister of Defense of Israel ordered to block the entire area, to stop supporting this area with water, food and fuel. And basically, the Israeli authorities has already called people in Gaza and animals So I'm not sure that they're going to be very nice and kind attitude to anybody on these territories. So we'll see what is going to be next, but as I understand, the violence is going to be because, one more time, the Israeli authorities have recruited around 300,000 soldiers. If you want to hear my opinion, as I understand, you need maybe the local forces that Israel has, 130,000 soldiers, is enough to stabilize the situation in the south. It's obviously is enough because the Ministry of Defense of Israel reported that when this operation started on the 7th of October, just 1,000 soldiers of Gaza, of Palestine, of Hamas crossed the border and started doing all these things on the territory of Israel. So it's nothing in comparison with Israeli army. But for some reason they took a decision to mobilize 300,000 soldiers. So that means that they're not planning just to stabilize the situation. They're also planning to storm Gaza, and this is going to be probably a very bad thing. We're going to see a lot of bad scenarios, a lot of bloody scenarios during the storm process, because I understand the Israelis are planning to finish the story of Hamas and probably also to finish the story of Gaza. And that's it for today. Military Summary channel reminds to condemn any violence in Ukraine. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, put your like, join my Patreon, and have a good day. Bye bye. Military Summary channel reminds to condemn any violence in the world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, put your likes to my Patreon, and have a good day. Bye bye.